What is going on, everybody? My name is Denathan Knox. I am the host and founder of your favorite sports and entertainment talk show, At the Top. This week, we're going over NFL Week 9, as well as off the court and field headlines. Now, I know not all of my viewers are diehard sports fans, so what I'm going to try to do is involve some more context here for you guys, just so not only are you listening, but you actually understand what's going on both on the field and off of it. So, without further ado, I'll see y'all at the top, and we'll get right into it. This week started off great. We had the Ravens versus the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football. Now, for context for some of my viewers, Thursday Night Football used to be where football games went to die. Ain't nobody was trying to watch Thursday nights. They used to have like the old color rush uniforms. It was nasty work. Nowadays, Thursdays can be used for, some prime teams, but typically, it kind of goes up and down in terms of the quality of the game. Both the Ravens and Dolphins were not playing great this year, and their records show that. However, the Ravens, in terms of tier of teams, are way above the Dolphins. So this is a game that the Ravens were expected to win, especially with a former MVP quarterback, Lamar Jackson. Now, the Dolphins, on the other hand, are kind of in a mess right now. I don't want to say shit show because it's not that bad, but it's damn near close. I mean, they put up 34 points last week, which was good for their offense. However, this week, it really seemed like the Ravens defense woke up. The Dolphins only had 6 points. And with a disgruntled QB and, almost a disgraced head coach at this point, it really seems like it's time for a new regime in Miami to kind of come in and replace whatever mess they have down there right now. I mean, it's looking kind of grim. But on the upside for Ravens fans, me included, Lamar Jackson is back. He came back from injury. Lamar was injured for the past 3 to 4 weeks, about a month. He missed a month of football. But as a former MVP, he took his time and he came back firing. He had 4 passing TDs, was all over the field, was moving around the pocket, really seemed poised and comfortable, and he was back in his home state of Florida, so I know he was feeling good after the dub. The Vikings and Lions are always good matchups. I mean, this is divisional opponents. Both teams play each other well, and as you guys knew from last year, both teams had 13 or 12 plus wins each. I mean, that's almost unheard of in, a conference, let alone one division. Like, that's some big stuff. Now, the Vikings left the game with the dub 27-24, which is a little surprising considering how good the Lions have been playing. However, Lions are continuing on with their roller coaster season. Now, with this game individually, it was a surprise that the Vikings won. However, it is not off-brand for the Lions to lose this type of game. They have great games against, the Ravens, and they have complete duds. I don't want to say this is a complete dud, but they had complete duds against teams like the Chiefs. So it's just like, how good are you guys, and what are you guys going to do once January and February comes around? Are we going to make it there? Like, are you guys going to make a splash in the NFC? We're not sure, but other teams like the Eagles and Rams seem to be ramping up, while the Lions are just kind of up and down, up and down. We're really not sure what we're going to get on any given Sunday. Steelers and the Colts game really kind of surprised me. Background on the Colts. This year, they were 7-1 leading up into this game. Their quarterback currently is Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is the same disgraced quarterback from New York Giants that literally was kicked out of town because we did not want to deal with him anymore. However, I don't know what flipped switched on his back or who threw the battery in there, but he went into Indianapolis, won the starting QB job from what some would say a project QB who was going to step in and be a project, and not only won the job, but came out firing. I mean, 7-1, completely dominating. The offense looked great. Jonathan Taylor obviously was a great help for him as well, but he had Saquon back then too. So, both are great running backs. However, what they're doing in Indianapolis this year is definitely supposed to be applauded. Like, they're doing the right job. Now, Let's get into it, though. The Steelers handled business. I personally thought the Steelers were frauds. I'm not sure if they're going to end up with that AFC North title, but they really came back and dominated this game. I mean, the defense looked complete garbage the last 2 to 3 weeks, and fans were even outside of the stadium having a funeral for the defense that game. So for them to bounce back and really beat a really, really well-oiled machine from the Colts, like, that's a huge win for the Steelers moving forward. It's a big game for them. And if they're going to make sure Baltimore don't catch up to them, they're going to have to win big games like this because it's definitely important. Let's get into the Bills and Chiefs, which some would say was the game of the week. A lot of people were looking forward to this game, and the fact that it sat at 4:25 on a Sunday was almost perfect. We're not going to bed too late, and it's right in the smack middle of the day where I can enjoy my dinner and watch some good football on TV. Now, for background context for my viewers and listeners here, the Bills have been good this season on paper. However, the teams they've beaten have like a combined 3 wins. It's not great. Like, they're beating up on the bad teams and getting bullied by the good teams. Like, that's really what it looked like. The Chiefs, on the other hand, were seeming to trend in the right direction after a few good wins in a row, but we're not sure what we're going to get out of them this season. You know, like, they won Super Bowls. They're a dynasty. However, this year, it looks like they might be able to get got. But we'll see because the playoffs ain't even up here. So we got to wait till the playoffs to see if they really get got. But for right now, they seem vulnerable. But in the regular season, I mean, what are we going to talk about? Like, Josh Allen is just a better regular season quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. It's just what it is right now. Josh Allen is 5-1 against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. So all I'll have to say to Josh Allen, as well as all the other quarterbacks in the AFC, including Lamar Jackson, who's my team's QB, can we do it in January? That's all I'm asking. Can we do it in January? It looks real nice now. You know, you get the wins in October. You get your November wins. You may even get a December win. Can we do it in January, though? Can we handle business in playoff football terms? I'm tired of the regular season. I don't want to see it no more. I get it. You're 5-1 against Mahomes in the regular season. Good job. You're getting applause, you know. But Mahomes is up 3-0 on Super Bowl wins, on Super Bowl appearances, on AFC Championship game appearances. You're not even in the same stratosphere when it comes to playoff success. So as much as this is a feel-good win for the Bills, it's time to step it up a notch in January. That's what we want to see. You know you're going to get the wild card win at, up in Buffalo. You host that game every single year. It's time to win big divisional games, and it's time to win big AFC Championship games. Until then, I ain't even hearing nothing from Buffalo. I'm sorry. And this applies to all teams too, Ravens included. Y'all need to step it up. We got our power rankings for NFL Week 9. Who's going to be in the top 5? Who's not going to be? Let's break it down. So I will give y'all my top 5 teams currently. Teams 1 to 3 are all tied for first place. And honestly, I don't trust a damn team in this top 3 to finish the season in the top 5. I really don't. But right now, this is what the NFL is. It's a very parity league right now. Teams are beating teams that are beating other teams that are losing to other teams. I don't know what's going on. But we love to see it because it brings competition. A lot of viewers get a lot out of it. Like, it's good for football. It's not good for fans of certain teams. Like, it just looks nasty out there for real. But the Broncos, Colts, and Patriots all are tied for first. I mean, the Colts just lost. The Patriots seem to be pretty good. They haven't really beaten anybody serious. The Broncos, record-wise, great. But how serious is that team? I'm really not sure. They're led by Bo Nix. I mean, if you look at the quarterbacks for these top 3 teams, let's just talk about it. Bo Nix is the quarterback for the Broncos. This is a very young quarterback, not established. There is no playoff success. I'm not even sure. This is a very early stages for the Broncos and Denver. Their defense is prime. Their offense needs to grow a little bit. We'll kind of see. With the Colts, as I explained earlier, they have Daniel Jones at quarterback. This is someone who has proven he cannot be trusted. He's having a good year. We'll see how long it goes. The Patriots, Drake May, another very young quarterback. I think it's his second year. We still have to see if he's able to withstand the test of time, as well as actually playing good teams. For my Patriots fans out there, cool out. Like, seriously, cool out. Y'all have a few good wins, but most of them squads y'all beating up on ain't like that. Like, you had, I think, the second or top 5 easiest schedule for the first half of the year, and then your top 5 again for the second half of the year. Like, let's slow your roll. Let's see if you guys make it to January, let alone have success in January. So we'll see. It's still a long season. We've seen teams drop 5-6 games in a row to finish a year. Rounding out the top 5, I got the Bills at number 4 and the Rams at number 5. I mean, the Bills are, they had a big win, so, I had to catapult into the top 5. The Rams have been playing good football pretty consistently over the year, have some losses and wins as well as all the other teams do. However, I feel like consistently they're going to at least show up in some way or form. Like, some of these teams really take Sundays off. I feel like the Rams haven't taken a Sunday off, and given their record, I could throw them in the top 5. Let's get into some of these headlines and topics off the field, though, because some of these things need to be talked about and brought to the people's attention. Like, number 1, can we talk about markets real quick? Being a fan in New York is hard. Like, people don't understand. Like, growing up as a New York kid, if your parents didn't have that cash on them or, like, had great jobs or careers, like, you had to save up for tickets to a game or tickets to see any one of your favorite teams. If you want to go to the Jets or Giants, just to get into MetLife alone costs a couple $100. Like, you want to get into MSG? You better know somebody. And, like, for the Yankees, like, maybe you could catch a Mets game, but for the Yankees, while they were good, like, come on, man. Like, you're not getting into a Yankee game for under $60, $70. And now you're talking about you're in the nosebleeds. So, yes, it is very hard for New Yorkers to grow up and be fans of their current New York teams because it's hard to even get in the building, right? Prime example, the Knicks play the Bucks, right? Now, the Knicks play the Bucks in Milwaukee, and the Knicks play the Bucks also in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Let me read you the prices of some of the tickets, to get in. We're talking about get-in price, get into the building, any seat in the house, whatever. This is what it costs to get into the game and see those same 2 teams play. When the Knicks visit Milwaukee in Milwaukee, you could find a ticket for $21. Now, mind you, $21 to get in the building is great. It's just experiencing the atmosphere as a fan, being around fans of your favorite team. It is honestly an experience that everyone should be able to experience and enjoy. Like, that's something great. Watch. Now, when the Bucks come to New York and play in MSG, tickets are starting at $256. Like, we're watching the same 2 teams play, and the prices are 100 times more. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we really? It's like taking a water bottle, right? If I buy this water bottle at Target, or let me not say Target. If I buy this water bottle from a convenience or a corner store, this water bottle will be $1. Now, if I try to buy the same water bottle in the airport, it could run me $6, $7. That was unintentional. But yeah, it could run me, $7, $8, let's say, right? Now, This is almost the same thing. Like, if I want to see these two teams play in Milwaukee, it's $21. But MSG is the airport? Like, I really think that the commissioner and all these ticket, sites, they really need to start looking out for the fans. I'm tired for people looking out for their pockets. Start looking out for the fans, because when you go overseas and you look at some of these overseas basketball fans and stuff, that environment is an actual environment. That's a sports environment. Like, people are getting into it. Some of these, Knicks games are filled with business people in suits and ties, and they're not even up, when a guy gets a dunk or something like that. Like, I don't even want to hear it. So the fact that the prices are so different, like, we're not even on the same side of the spectrum here. Like, it's so completely different. I feel like something really needs to be looked at, because these small market teams, I wish I was a fan of a small market team. Like, just be able to pick up and go on a random Tuesday or Thursday night to see my team play would be amazing. Instead, I'm stuck in New York. Bets in the locker room are always important to have. Why? Because they are going to keep you out of fines. Now, one thing that I definitely want to mention beforehand is that I think the tush push needs to be voted out. Like, it's just a flawed play. Defenses don't know how to properly defend it. Offenses aren't even properly lined up when they do line up for it. And the officials are not officiating it correctly. That being said, let's get it out of here. Like, the Eagles are the only team. Even the Ravens have a pretty good tush push. I just think it's just a stupid play overall. Like, in the entire scheme of things, let's get out of here. On top of that, when who's playing? Now, when the Giants played the Eagles and the Eagles had a tush push and stuff like that, Kayvon Thibodeau, one of the star, Giants defenders, came out saying that he doesn't like it. The refs were doing this, they were doing that. He's just not a fan of the tush push. Shout out to veteran Brian Burns. Tap Kayvon and say, yo, don't get fined. He said, you know what? It was great pay, but it was a great call by the officials, and they did their job. Complete switch up. Veterans are necessary in locker rooms. Like, sports are getting younger. Basketball is getting younger. Football is getting younger. Having veterans around helps save you not even money, but just time in terms of developing these players, getting them accustomed to the league. Like, this is huge. But bottom line, not a fan of the tush push. The fact that guys have to be careful about what they're saying when it comes to a terrible play that was not officiated correctly just shows you, like, let's just get rid of it. I do plan on making a full and complete video about this topic. However, for right now, I definitely wanted to talk about it in a small form. Sports tourism is something that is going to catapult over the next few years. And not only that, but it's going to be a huge advantage for teams that have traveling fans. I say that because on Thursday night, when the Ravens played the Dolphins in Miami, boy, those Ravens fans were loud. So loud, in fact, that Tua, after the game, came out and was like, listen, like, we had some false starts and, bad snaps because I literally could not hear the plays or could not hear the cadence from my teammates because it was so loud from traveling Ravens fans. Now, Miami is a destination where, honestly, a lot of fans travel to because it's almost like a vacation for that little weekend and stuff like that. A little weekend getaway in Miami, you get to watch your favorite team play the Miami Dolphins, and you pack up and leave, that Monday. But the fact that certain teams like the Ravens have came up with actual packages for their fans to purchase so they can travel to these games in bulk truly changes the dynamic of the game itself and is going to play a huge role for sports all across the board. MLB, NFL, NBA. Your team is definitely going to start tapping into that sports tourism lens because it's not only going to play an advantage for them, but also give special access to fans that really want to travel with the team as well. I have to give a shout out to CARLIE. If you don't know who CARLIE is, she is the daughter of the formerly deceased Colts owner, Jim Irsay. If you do not know who CARLIE is, look her up immediately after this video. This woman right here is going to change football forever. And I kid you not, that impact may even, me telling you that, may even be below the actual impact of what she may have on the league. This woman is coming for everyone. I mean, first of all, when she got the job, people were saying, oh, she's a woman, she can't do this job, she's not going to be able to know how to lead men, she doesn't know anything about football, this, that, and the third. So what did she do? She studied the game. No, she never played football. No, she wasn't out there in pads, but she studied the game. And honestly, she studied what she needed to study. She's going over route trees. She's looking at what coaches should be doing. She's going over what the players should be executing on the field. Like, to the point where she's talking to reporters like, listen, there may be a time where a receiver runs the quote-unquote wrong route. However, it was the coach who gave him the wrong assignment based on the coverage. Like, I truly feel like, you know, when it comes to coaching and things like that, like, coaches got that good boys club. You know what I mean? Like, they look down on the players, make up their own rules, but now they have someone sitting at the top that says, you know what? I'm not about to just go with the flow here. I'm actually going to look into this. Like, do you know what you're doing? Do you know how to do your job? Like, you know, she's not just throwing the blame on the players, which I respect greatly. Let alone her team has the best record in the league right now. Like, she's doing what needs to be done. She's on the sideline. She got a headset on. She's being congratulated after the games, but she's in the media for the right reasons. She's not coming out bashing players. She's not coming out saying that she's making trades and doing this and doing that, Jerry Jones. She's coming out and saying, listen, I did not know about this beforehand. I did my research, and I'm trying to make the necessary adjustments so we can be successful. And guess what? Her team is the most successful team in the league right now. So I don't know what blueprint she has, but I promise you it will be copied, it will be repeated, and other teams are going to start looking at their front offices, their coaching staff to make sure that they're doing what they need to be doing and know what they're talking about as well. So shout out to CARLIE IRSAY doing what she need to be doing both on and off the field and leading a great team right now to a greater record. So shout out to the Colts, man. I'm not a huge Colts fan, but I really do want to see them do well just so that she could prove all the haters wrong. That wraps up our At the Top episode, y'all. I just want to say, if you've watched every single episode, if you watched one episode, 2 episodes, I don't even care. If you've stayed on this long in the journey, thank you. I appreciate you. And honestly, it means more to me than you possibly know. Like, I love making these videos. I love coming on here and talking about sports and headlines and different teams. I can't wait to get into basketball season when that starts ramping up. But if you have supported me this far, thank you, thank you, and thank you. It's that I know someone out there is watching or listening and paying attention, and I appreciate y'all. So, with all that being said, I just want to thank you guys again, and I will see you at the top.